kailabreece.
The theory of evolution by cumulative natural selection is the only theory we know of that is in principle capable of explaining the existence of organized complexity. Those are the direct words of evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins. In biology, evolution is change in the inherited traits of a population of organisms through successive generations. Evolution is described as descent with modification. The changes produced in a single generation are small. However, the accumulation of these differences over vast periods of time can cause substantial changes in a population, ultimately triggering the emergence of entirely new species. Evolution theorizes that similarities among species essentially suggest that all known species are descended from a single common ancestor through this process of gradual divergence. Wow. First, let me just clear up one thing. Evolution is not the theory of the origins of life. It is the theory of the origins of species. In respects to the origins of life, there are no scientific theories. There is a very popular hypothesis in abiogenesis, which proposes either self-replicating molecules or the assembly of simple cells, but nothing is concrete enough to merit a theory status. Now, evolution, despite the uncertainty of how life began, states that life was initially unicellular until about 610 million years ago or so, when multicellular organisms began to appear in the oceans. The evolution of multicellularity occurred in multiple independent events, in organisms as diverse as sponges, brown algae, slime molds. Soon after the emergence of these first multicellular organisms, a remarkable amount of biological diversity appeared in a giant event that has been called the Cambrian explosion. It was here that many modern-like species appeared in the fossil record, as well as unique lineages that subsequently became extinct. The explosion happened like this. At about 500 million years ago, plants, fungi, began to colonize the land, and were soon followed by arthropods and other animals. Insects were particularly successful, and even today make up the majority of animal species. Amphibians first appeared around 300 million years ago, later followed by mammals around 200 million years ago, and then birds at around 100 million years ago. Now, in spite of a global scientific community that doesn't simply just advocate evolutionary theory, but actually progresses and makes advancements in part to the theory, there is still a small group of ill-informed anti-evolutionists. I'm not sure why they have chosen evolutionary biology theory to pick on, but they are unknowingly opposing all good science, because a giant portion of modern scientific fields are directly connected to evolution. Ecology, paleontology, geology, medicine, molecular biology, molecular genetics, phylogenetics, agriculture, cladistics, ecology, zoology, astrophysics, meteorology, etc. Now, what I'd like to do, which I don't normally do, is I'm going to try to quickly run down the most common objections by creationists and intelligent design advocates, and then give you my input. Okay. 1. Evolution is just a theory, not a fact. Well, this comment reflects a misunderstanding of the meaning of theory in a scientific context. In colloquial speech, a theory is just a guess, but in science, a theory is an explanation that makes testable predictions. 2. Evolution is controversial or contested. Not really. This objection forms the basis of the Teach the Controversy campaign, which is an attempt by the Discovery Institute to promote intelligent design. But science is not based on appeals to popularity, but on evidence. With that said, the scientific consensus of biologists, not popular opinion or fairness, determines what is considered acceptable science. So although evolution is clearly controversial in the public arena, it is entirely uncontroversial among experts in the field.